Well, Leslie's painting away the trim, but you know, folks, this was a real dilemma here. I didn't want to bring the siding right down to the grade because it just wasn't going to look like that farmhouse look that I wanted. So I came up with something really terrific. And here it is, folks, El Dorado River Rock. Doesn't that give that River Rock look in the foundation? And that's what I wanted, that separation between that of the James Hardy siding above. And with me to talk about it is Al Monroe of El Dorado. How are you doing there, Al?
Just great, Shell.
This is a wonderful product. And tell me about how is it made?
Shell, this is actually made from real rock that's been ground up, mixed with Portland cement, a halite material, and your colorant. And
so it's the real McCoy then?
It's the real McCoy, it sure is.
It's just a matter that man made it, but man made it so it's easy to install.
That's right, and it comes out of molds. And I'll tell you, with those molds, you can have 1,000 pieces and be lucky to find 2 alike.
Now, that's quite interesting because this is river rock and it really has the colors. How do they get the colors?
The colors is from the, I guess it's really from the areas of the different countries.
So they just match the different colors by means of stains or
no, it's
clothing?
actually it's a powder that goes in just as you would if you wanted to color your grout lines. It's the same powder that's used to make this.
So therefore it goes into the mold and it has coloring in the molds to give you that different color shades on the face.
They actually have 3 processes for putting the coloring in. One, it's shot in, number 2, it's mixed in, and number 3, it's actually painted on.
Okay.
So depending on the design is how they would do it.
I can see now how they get the colors to match, because here on the wall you can see there's browns and there's reds and there's different colors of gray that really give that washed out, that faded look or bleached look that you get along an old riverbank.
Exactly. Trying to keep the rocks looking exactly like you would if you took them right out of the ground.
Now what about other colors? What about other designs? What about other types of stone?
There's over 50 different patterns that are available, and I can show you one if you've got a second, Shell. Here's one of our newer ones called China Mountain. It's a ledge stone.
And how many different ones you got?
Over 50.
Over 50?
Yes, that's right.
So there's quite a variety. You can have it with open mortar or closed mortar.
That's right,
now,
exactly.
What I'd like to explain is how we prepared the foundation, the ICF system. The ICF system, which is the insulated concrete form. Now, with the insulated concrete form, we furred it out with 5/8 treated plywood, over top of which we put 5/8 treated plywood for the backing for the stone, right down to the grade level. And then over top of that, we put a 60-minute tar paper, and then along came Frank, your installer, and put the wire mesh. Now, where from there?
Well, from there, first of all, with your wire mesh, you can put it on 2 ways. One with staples, as Frank has done here. Another way is with a galvanized roofing nail.
So a do-it-yourselfer could use that?
Do-it-yourselfer. That's the idea that even ladies do it, believe it or not, nowadays.
Well, I'll tell you, it's light enough for them to work with, and being creative as they are, I can see them having a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, exactly. But once you've got the metal lath on, then you do the scratch coat, which is your first layer of your mortar. And you can get your mortar either a mix with a mixing machine, we have formulas for that, or you buy it by the bag. Okay?
So it's all ready to go.
All ready to go, add water and you're done.
Wow,
okay?
That sounds really easy. Now I noticed when Frank was putting it on, he was spreading the mortar over top of the wire mesh, and then he was over top of that putting another coat once he had that set up for a bit, and then he went about putting his stones into place. Explain that process.
That's right. Well, a lot of people will actually put the mortar right on the back of the stone after they've had their scratch coat on.
Just like buttering bread.
Putting that in place based on the plan that they want to have to finish that wall alike.
Right.
So you don't get all little stones in one spot and all big ones in another spot. You spread them out and get a pattern going.
Oh, so you just kind of lay them out on the ground to make sure you get your spacings and the placement of the different stones?
Exactly.
That sounds easy.
Well, that's part of it.
Now, when the stone was put in place, I noticed Frank, he would wiggle it into place and then shove it up towards the next stone, giving it that blossom of mortar.
Yeah, right, and that's called actually almost like a grout line in there. Then he'll use a striking tool and level off that grout to make it the finished look as you see here.
Right.
Okay, and then when he's done that, then he'll come along with a whisk or a brush or like a broom.
Right.
And then sweep it totally clean, and basically he's done.
Just that easy.
Just that easy. And also, some people actually will use a cleaner on the bottom, or a
sealer.
A sealer. That's right. And you'd only use that where right at ground level where it could splash onto.
Or if they're cleaning decks or whatever,
or
not staining it.
If it's a fireplace inside, if you're worried about smoke marking it up, you could use a sealer there. But otherwise, you don't need it. You are actually all done at this level.
Well, I can tell you, Well, I really like it, and it just, as I say, it gives me that river rock look of giving that look of sitting back on a piece of farmland with the foundation being the accent to the entire home.
And because it's so lightweight, you can actually go up to 25 feet without any footing or a brick ledge or anything on it.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Al. I really appreciate, because I think really El Dorado has put it in stone.
Thank you kindly.
You bet.